Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, today in this program, we are hoping to teach you. We are going to continue the Chula Kama Vibhanga Sutta. So, before we learn the sermon, first of all, we should go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, observe 5 precepts, and then chant a nice Parita chanting, new Parita chanting, and then we will learn a Dhamma sermon. So now say sadhu 3 times and go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe 5 precepts. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, to observe the 5 precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, now, today, before we learn a Dhamma sermon, let's chant Chanda Parita, Chanda Pirita. So, this is a discourse given to the moon deity. So, once the Chandima, the deity, the Deva who was bound to the moon, he was trapped by a Asura called Rahu. When this Chandima moon deity was trapped by the Rahu Asura, he was looking a way to get released from this Rahu Asura. Then he remembered the Supreme Buddha. And then the Blessed One helped the Chandima moon deity. So he was trapped by Rahu. So, in the same way, if we can chant this Parita, we will also be able to escape from a lot of dangers and live a peaceful life. So, let's today learn to chant the Chanda Parita as well. We will chant in English for us to learn this Parita first, what this discourse is, and then in the upcoming programs, we will chant this in Pali and English as well. So let's chant now together with me. You can watch the subtitles and utter them. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Thus have I heard on one occasion the Blessed One was living in Savatthi at Jetavana, at Anathapindika's monastery. At that time Chandima, the moon deity, was captured by Rahu, one of the kings of the Asuras. Thereupon, calling to mind the Blessed One, Chandima the moon deity recited this stanza. O Buddha, the hero, I pay homage to you. You are completely free from all suffering. I have fallen into trouble. Please be my refuge and help me. Then the Blessed One addressed Rahu, the Asura in verse, on behalf of Chandima the moon deity. Thus, O Rahu, Chandima has gone for refuge to the Tathagata the Arahant. O Rahu, release Chandima, the Buddha's radiant compassion on the beings of the world. Thereupon Rahu the Asura released Chandima, the moon deity, and immediately went to the presence of Vepachitti, the leader of Asuras, and stood beside him trembling with fear, with hair standing on end. Then Vepachitti the Asura addressed Rahu, the Asura, with this stanza. Rahu, why did you suddenly release Chandima? Why have you come here trembling? And why are you standing here terrified? I have been spoken to by the Buddha in a stanza, requesting me to release Chandima. If I had not released Chandima, my head would have split into 7 pieces. If I lived, I would not have had any happiness. Etena sachena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, children, see the benefit of going for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. When this moon deity was trapped by the Rahu Asura, with that power of going refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, the Chandima moon deity, the Chandima, the moon deity was released by Asura. If he wouldn't have not, if he had not released the moon deity, this Rahu Asura's head will split into 7 pieces. By any chance, if he lived, he would not have had any happiness. Now imagine the protection you get when you go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Until you attain Nibbana, you will be protected. You will be protected in many ways. So there are other suttas like Mitta Anisansa Sutta. So there it says when you don't break friendship, when you keep up your friendship, what happens? You won't fall from higher places. So there are a lot of benefits in the Mitta Anisansa Sutta. So let's chant those suttas in upcoming programs. For today, we chanted this Chanda Parita. Keep as a habit of chanting this Parita as well. Chant it in English because you will know the meanings. Then once you get used to the meanings, once you are aware of the meaning of the sutta, then learn in Pali as well. Then when you recite the Pali words, you will know what you are reciting. So the kids who are watching these programs, they can join through the Zoom programs conducted by the Kalamba Dhamma Friends of Mahamevunava, by the monks of Mahamevunava in English. The programs conducted in English through the Zoom programs. So in the screen, we will appear the address of the website of Kalamba Dhamma Friends. You can go to the website and then look for the online Zoom programs, the live online Zoom programs. And then, especially for Australia, we conduct a program, Sydney and Melbourne on Tuesday. Then for Perth and Adelaide, we conduct a program on Saturday, 8 a.m. Sri Lankan time. So then for Sydney and Melbourne, Sri Lankan time around 2:30 we conduct a program. So you can join for that program. And then for Las Vegas we conduct a program. Then for Texas we conduct program, separate programs. Then for young adults we conduct programs. That is on Sunday morning. So then for the kids in Toronto and in North America. So for everyone in North America, we conduct a program on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. So try to join for these programs. Then there's an international Dhamma meetup on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays. Then there's a meditate after work program on Wednesdays. So try to go to the serincolombo.org website and look for the online Dhamma programs and try to take part in this program and talk to monks. You can interact with monks. You can ask questions from monks. So I think the parents will help you, and you all will be able to share your ideas and learn Dhamma from monks and clarify your doubts as well. So let's learn Dhamma and make our lives secured with the Buddha's teachings. So now we'll say sadhu 3 times and listen to a Dhamma sermon. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. children. Today we are learning the second part from what we learned from the last week. So we have to continue learning the Chula Kama Vibhanga Sutta. And before we go to the Sutta, let's pay homage to the Buddha 3 times. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear children, now we are going to continue learning the Chula Kama Vibhanga Sutta. We are going to learn from the 14 questions. The first question. Subha asked, Blessed One, why some beings are short-lived? And Blessed One is explaining in detail now. Because he said, Blessed One, I can't understand the Dhamma that Blessed One teach in brief. The Blessed One said that beings are owners of their karma, heirs to their karma. Karma is the place of origin. Karma is the place. The karma decides the being's birth. Then karma is their relative. Karma is their refuge. It is karma that divides beings into inferior and superior. So that explanation was not understood by Subha. Then Blessed One decided to teach in detail. Then the first question was answered by the Blessed One in this way. Dear meritorious young man, take some woman or a man who kills living beings. And the ones who are killing living beings, there is a nature. They are violent. They are violent. Bloody-handed. A hardened killer. Merciless towards living beings. Because of undertaking such deeds, when their body breaks up after death, they are reborn in bad destinations. They are born in hell. If they are not reborn in a place of loss, but return to the human world, if they come back to the human world, what happens? They are short-lived. Now see, the beings who kill living beings, they will be born in bad destinations, in hell. And if they are not reborn in a bad place, or maybe after going through a bad place, if they come back to the human world, they are short-lived. They don't have long lifespan. Then Buddha says, why some beings have long lifespan? What's the reason for that? Then Blessed One explains here, a man or a woman gives up killing living beings. He does not kill living beings. They give up rods and sword. Give up rods and sword. They possess shame in doing sins. They are ashamed to do bad things. And they are kind, living full of compassion towards all living beings. But because of undertaking such deeds, when they die, after they die, they are born among devas. Devakayam paripure santi. They will receive a divinely body. They will experience divinely happiness. There was one hunter. His friend told, please don't kill living beings. For the second time, the friend told the hunter, don't kill living beings. But the hunter did not listen to the friend. For the third time, the friend told the hunter, please give up killing living beings. It's bad. Then this hunter thought, well, my friend is telling me again and again, he has told me for 3 times to avoid killing living beings, to avoid from killing living beings. Then this hunter thought, well, I'm killing living beings day and night, because in the night he go and fix traps, and in the daytime he go and bring them back. So in the night also he kill living beings, in the daytime also he kills. Some animals are easy to catch in the night, some animals are easy to catch in the daytime. So he was only thinking about that, but he forgot that he is gaining bad karma in the daytime and also in the night time. Then this hunter thought, Well, my friend has told me 3 times there should be something in this, so he thought I would give up killing living beings in the night. But then he continued killing living beings in the daytime. He also died after some time, like Todeyya died and was born as a dog. This hunter was this hunter also died after some time. What happened to this hunter? In the daytime, what happens? He is eaten by dogs. He's been teared by dogs into pieces. But in the night time, he gets divinely happiness. Fairies attend to him. He eats divinely food. He drinks divinely water. He wears divinely clothes. He dwells in divine dimensions. But just after the night is over, when it comes to the dawn, when it comes to the early morning, dogs barks and chase after him and tears his body into pieces. Then again in the evening, dogs leave him and he gets divinely happiness. He gets divinely happiness. Now see, just by giving up killing living beings only in the night, if we can give up killing living beings in the daytime, because anyway, nighttime we are sleeping. We don't have to worry about nighttime. We have to only worry about daytime. So daytime, don't kill living beings. Now in one of the Zoom programs recently, one child told me that he's only eating now vegetables. Just by eating vegetables, you can't avoid killing living beings. Why? They can kill mosquitoes. They can fix traps to rats. They can put pesticides. So killing living beings and not eating meat are two things. Meat is something that is cooked by your parents, not killed by your parents. Unless your parents command another person to kill a living being, then your parents might get uh, involved in breaking a precept. But if you just eat meat that was cooked by another person, if you did not tell them to kill for you, you're not involved in breaking a precept. So we will teach you the 5 precepts in detail in the future programs. So Kyle Puta will remind me. 5 factors should be completed to break the first precept. It should be a killing. It should be a living being. You should know that it's a living being, and you should have the killing intention, and you should do a plan. And from that plan, that animal should die. So does that happen when you eat the meals that are prepared by your parents? No. So eating meat that is cooked by your parents or maybe in a party or in a hotel or whatever it is, that is not considered as killing living beings. Now sometimes there are fish in tanks, live fish. Then people go to the restaurant and order, I need that live fish. So then you will break the precept. So abstaining from killing living beings is not killing at all. Not just avoiding eating meat. Remember that, children. Now, even if you eat vegetables, don't people put pesticides to grow vegetables? But did you tell them to put pesticides? No. So that's why you don't break the precept. Now, when people cultivate things, when they farm, they have to plow the ground. They have to plow. Then don't insects, animals die? They die. But the people who eat the food, do they have killing intention? No. When people plow, so they kill insects. Then some people purposely they put pesticides. They know that animals are dying. Then they break the precept. Imagine you dig the earth. Then sometimes worms might die. But before you digging, you don't know that there are worms. Then after digging the earth, you might see a worm and then you might see the worm has cut. Then you don't break the precept. Why? Before you digging the earth, you don't know that there was a worm or not. But after seeing a worm, then you should be very careful further when you dig. You should put that worm ahead and then dig that place. Then when you sweep, you might sweep ants. Then you should use a soft broom and sweep. Why? The intention is not killing ants. The intention is sweeping. But then out of compassion towards those living beings, you can use a soft broom. That is how. Therefore, children, we should abstain from killing living beings. More than that hunter did. More than that hunter did. That hunter only abstained in the night. We should abstain from killing living beings day and night until we attain Nibbana. Remember, we protect the precepts to attain Nibbana. Not because we are born Buddhists. Not because we have to. Not because our parents do that. For the sake of realizing the Four Noble Truths, we should abstain from killing living beings. Not even a single ant, not even a mosquito we should kill. We shouldn't command others to. Now, some people, they don't kill, they'll tell others to kill. So, the next question that Subha asked was, why some people are unhealthy? Then Buddha said, dear meritorious young man, take some woman or a man who hurts living beings. They hit with stones to dogs, to birds, some people. Who hurts living beings with a fist or a stone rod. Hurting living beings with a rod or sword. Because of undertaking such deeds, what happens? They are born in hell. They are born in bad destinations. If they come back to the human world, what will happen? They are sickly and will possess many disorders. They will possess many disorders. Sometimes when they are born, they have a hole in the heart. Sometimes they are born with diseases. Until they die, they have diseases. Some children are born with various fungal diseases. Some children, when they are born, their heart is formed outside the skeleton, not inside the skeleton. Some are born with one eye. Some are born with cancer. Some are born with diabetics. Deformed. Why? Harming other beings. But when someone does not harm others, what happens? When they does not harm or hurt living beings with a fist or stone, what happens? They are born among devas. They will have less diseases. They will have minor disorders. Now, as human beings, we will have diseases. We will get like simple diseases, very minor diseases. Now, if you take Arahant Bakula has never sneezed, never coughed. Arahant Bakul has never applied oil in his body. Arahant Bakul has never used oil, never taken medicine throughout his lifetime. Why? He has offered medicine to Mahasangha in past life. He has offered medicine to the Supreme Buddha in past lives. That made him to have less diseases. Minor, no diseases at all for Arahant Bakula. Even during his lay life and after becoming a monk. If I am not mistaken, I think he lived for 160 years. So, we can take the example of Arahant Bakula, and you can worship Arahant Bakula every day to get long lifespan. And Arahant Bakula was very content. To become content, you can worship Arahant Bakula and try to develop that quality. Then the third question, why? Then now 4 questions already clarified. The 5th question, reasons to become ugly. Buddha preaches, dear young man, some woman or man who is irritable and bad-tempered, what happens? Even when lightly criticized, they lose their temper. Even lightly criticized, they lose their temper, becoming annoyed, hostile, and hard-hearted, and displaying annoyance. Sometimes when they get upset, they show their upset to others. When they get upset, they show their sadness to others. Not just the sadness. Their annoyance to others, they show their unhappiness to others. Because of undertaking such deeds, after death, those people are also born in hell. If they come back to this human world, how do they look like? They look ugly. They look ugly and deformed. But then the reason to become beautiful, Buddha preaches, dear meritorious young man, look some woman or man who is not irritable, not bad-tempered. Even when heavily criticized, they don't get angry. They don't lose their temper, become annoyed, hostile, or hard-hearted. They don't display annoyance, hate, or unhappiness. They don't display unhappiness. Because of undertaking such deeds, what happens to them? What happened to them? They are born among devas, not in the hell. And furthermore, they possess an attractive and very beautiful look. They will become beautiful. Now see, Queen Mallika was ugly but very influential, very powerful, very rich. Why she was ugly? Queen Mallika. She has become, she was very hot tempered and got angry for small reasons. Learn the Mallika Sutta, read the Mallika Sutta, go to the internet, go to Sutta Central, or go to suttafriends.org. Now, Mahamyana Buddhist Monastery has a website dedicated for suttas. You call it Sutta Friends. If you go to Colombo Dhamma Friends Facebook, you can find about Sutta Friends. If you go to uh, Colombo Dhamma Friends website, you can find Sutta Friends. So, Sutta Friends, you can learn many suttas from Sutta Friends. Sutta Central is a good place to learn suttas. Bhante Sujato's translations are good to read. Bhante Bodhi's translations are good to read. So, these are the reasons. Now, children, we have learned six. Six questions were answered by the Buddha. So, aren't you happy now? You all are happy. So, today we learned those uh, three reasons to become bad, three reasons to become good. So, may you have the opportunity to become good by practicing three good qualities. Now, if you can practice these three qualities throughout this week, please write to us. Don't hide them. Write to us and make us happy and make the world happy by practicing qualities. Now see, if someone listen to news, all bad qualities, all bad news. So let's give a good news to the world. Please write to us good things that you do and it will become a good news to the whole world. So we are hoping to have a news section in Colombo Dhamma Friends CDF radio. So in the future, if you can send your good deeds, we can spread as a good news to the whole world. So write to us, even if we can't read them loud in the Mirror of Dhamma program, we can uh, read them loud in the CDF radio, and also in the future, in the near future, very soon, we are going to start a Buddhist radio, an online radio, a podcast for young adults. It will be done by the young adults from Australia, from Melbourne. So hopefully we would be able to start that very soon. So write to us to the email appearing in the screen, and by learning this sutta, these six answers, the six questions, may you have the opportunity to become good and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, today we are going to practice the impermanence meditation. We should try to recollect and think how impermanent our eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind are. And to understand the impermanence nature, today I thought of explaining in detail how our eyes can be impermanent, how our ears can be impermanent, how the tongue can be impermanent, how the body can be impermanent, how the mind can be impermanent. So, this meditation will be played in couple of programs until you get used to the meditation. So we decided to teach you this meditation for you to understand really what this impermanence meditation is, and then to think wisely, mm, according to the true nature of your eyes. And then when you learn this impermanence meditation, you will be able to be detached to what you see. You will be able to be detached to what you hear. You will be able to be detached to what you smell. Usually, what happens when you see things, when you see beautiful things, we get attracted. Once we get attracted, we need it. Then we will get it. After we get it, we will lose it. Then again, we will feel sad. Then, then other people also might need to get and grab your belongings. Then you will fight. You will quarrel. So see what happens because of beautiful things, children. But even if you are using beautiful and valuable things, if you can have a detached mind towards those things, You won't fight, quarrel, and accumulate bad karma. What happens when you fight, quarrel, and get attached to things? You will accumulate a bad karma. And then that bad karma will lead you to be born in a bad place. Then again, you will start suffering. Now, see, how did this start? Just by getting attached to something, then you get it, then you survive, and then you struggle to protect it, then you fight, then you quarrel, then you argue to maintain and protect those things, to save those things, then you accumulate karma, then those karma give results, then again you are reborn in a bad place. Even if you come to human world, you will have these bad habits of fighting with others, then again you accumulate bad karma. So then that will lead you to go in this sansara continuously, to be born and dead, to be born and dead again and again, and to fight again and again, and to quarrel again and again, and end up in a prison. No peace, no harmony. So when you see unpleasant things, you get opposed, you get angry. So that anger also can be abandoned by practicing the impermanence meditation. Then when you lose your loved ones, you will feel upset. And then delusion, you will not, when you do not know the true nature, the Four Noble Truths, you will live very, uh, you will live with sadness and sorrow and with depression. So why should we live with depression and sadness when there is a way to live happily? So this impermanence meditation, if you practice this impermanence meditation very well, he is considered as a faithful follower of the Supreme Buddha. He will not die without becoming a stream entrant. He would not die without becoming a stream entrant. So practice impermanence meditation every day. Why? You will become a faithful disciple of the Supreme Buddha, a Saddhanusari disciple of the Supreme Buddha. And a Saddhanusari disciple, a Dhammanusari disciple, will not die without becoming a stream entrant. Don't you like that protection? Then let's practice the impermanence meditation. Close your eyes, think wisely, think according to what I say. Now sit in a comfortable posture, children. Sit in a comfortable posture now. Cross your legs. Keep one palm on the other palm and rest it. Now keep your back straight. Keep your head straight. Don't look here and there. Don't press your eyes. Gently close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. Now during the meditation, don't let other thoughts to distract you and take you away from meditation. So listen to me. Now think according to what I say. Now think about your eyes. Think where your eyes are. Now think about your eyes. This eye is impermanent. 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 Why this eye is impermanent? This eye is made out of muscles, made out of four great elements. This eye is subject to change. The eye can get infected at any time. The eye is subjected to diseases. The eye can lose vision anytime. We can get blind anytime. The eye will get old one day. Just like our body gets old, our eye will get old one day. There will be one day you will not be able to open your eyes. When people get old, they can't open their eyes. They cannot see the world anymore. They will not be able to see the world anymore. This eye is impermanent. 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 We can't keep this eye under our control. It's not me. It's not mine. It's not under our control. Then this eye like to see beautiful things. This eye would like to see beautiful things again and again. But remember, whatever we wish to see from these eyes, those forms are not permanent, are impermanent, will change any time, are impermanent, are impermanent. The forms are impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The form is not me, not mine, not under my control. Understand the true nature of forms. The things we saw in the past are not there today. The things we see in the present will not be seen in the future. So why we should get attached to the things we see? So remember, the I is impermanent and the forms are also impermanent. Then the I consciousness, that's from through the I consciousness we cognize forms. Now dead bodies does not have a consciousness. Now we see the world because of consciousness, we cognize things. So when the I, form and consciousness works, what happens? The contact take place. The combination of three things, I, forms, consciousness, the eye contact is formed. Then we will feel things. So we should understand that with the combination of impermanent things, we are feeling things. So those feelings will also be impermanent. Why? We are seeing things from impermanent things. And then we will also feel an impermanent feeling. So why should we get attached or angry or deluded? Same with the ears, children. This ear is also impermanent. This ear is made out of four great elements, made out of muscles. And then this ear is made out of Nama Rupa. This ear has the ability to feel things. But all these things, even Nama Rupa is impermanent. Name and form. Then this ear, there are disgusting things inside the ear. So why should we satisfy such a ear by pleasant sounds, by songs? If you have a desire to listen to songs again and again, if your parents don't let you, think, I'm trying to satisfy a ear that is filled with disgusting things. This is made with muscles. This ear has a disgusting nature. This ear is impermanent, children. And this ear is subjected to change. This ear is subject to old, can get infected anytime. Then the things we hear are also impermanent. Then whatever we feel through the ear contact, whatever the feelings, those feelings are also impermanent. So the ear is impermanent, the sounds are impermanent, the ear consciousness is impermanent, the ear contact, ear, sounds, consciousness, the combination of that is ear contact is impermanent, then the feeling we feel through that ear contact is also impermanent. Now let's think about the nose, children. The nose is also impermanent, covered with mucus, covered with dust, covered with phlegm. This nose is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Not me, not mine. This nose is not under our control, children. This nose, one day, we will not be able to smell properly. Then the odors that we smell are also impermanent. If there's a good smell, that is for a reason. So we shouldn't get attached to good fragrant and shouldn't get opposed to the bad fragrant both. By end of the day, we will start accumulating karma, which we should be aware. So the smells are also impermanent. The nose is impermanent. The nose is not me, not mine, not under my control. The smells are impermanent. The smells are not me, not mine, not under my control. Then the consciousness of the nose is impermanent. Then the nose contact is impermanent. Then the feeling that we feel through the contact in the nose is also impermanent. Then why should we get attached? Then the tongue is also impermanent. This tongue that we like to taste various delicious food is made with muscles and it's very impermanent. This tongue, if we don't clean this tongue will smell very bad. This tongue will get rotten one day. Why should we satisfy a tongue like that? When we are unable to satisfy our tongues, when we don't get to eat delicious food every day, we get upset. Why? We don't realize that we are trying to satisfy a tongue that has a disgusting nature. The tongue is impermanent. The tongue is impermanent. Impermanent. The tongue is not me, not mine, not under my control. Even the taste that we taste through the tongue, any good taste is because of a reason. Any food would get rotten after some time. The moment the food gets mixed with saliva, the taste of the food disappears, reduces, decreases. So if the tongue is impermanent, if it is not under our control, if it is not mine, why should we quarrel and fight to eat delicious food? If we get, we can eat, but if we don't get, we should have patience. Then the taste is also impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The taste is not me, not mine, not under my control. Then the consciousness of the tongue is also impermanent. Then the combination of tongue, consciousness, and the taste, which is the contact, is also impermanent. And then the feeling born because of tongue contact is also impermanent. Temporary is for a short period. Why should we fight and struggle for things that we get to experience for a short period? Why should we get angry with our parents for a taste that we are going to experience for a short period? Why we should become greedy to share our delicious food with others if we eat, if that food that we eat will give a temporary happiness, why should we be reluctant to offer food to others? We shouldn't be reluctant. Why? Even if we eat, it'll be a very temporary happiness. But if you offer something, the happiness will be for a long time. Why? You gain a merit by offering to others. Then this body is like a nest for diseases. A nature of a nest is a lot of birds will lay eggs and live in the nest. In the same way, this body is subject to diseases. This body feels good and bad feelings both. This body will experience hot and cold both. This body is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. This body is made out of muscles, bones, veins. This body is not me, not mine, not under my control. Children, follow the meditation properly. Then the feelings we feel through the body are also impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The feelings are not me, not mine, not under my control. This is the truth. Then the body and the feelings that we feel through the body, which you call the tangibles, are also impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. And the consciousness in the body is also impermanent. And the body, consciousness, and the feelings that you feel through the body, that combination is also impermanent. And the feelings that you feel through the body contact is also impermanent. Impermanent, impermanent. It's not under our control. Then this mind, at times this mind is good, at times this mind is overwhelmed with anger, or maybe with jealousy, or maybe with greediness. This mind is always changing. That's why the Buddha said, this mind is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. When the mind is not overwhelmed with anger, we don't remember that any time we can get angry. So if we know that our mind is impermanent, we will be always be prepared with the Buddha's teachings to deal with this undeveloped mind. This mind is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. This mind is not me, not mine, not under my control. Then the thoughts in the mind, thoughts will come and go. Sometimes thoughts come to our mind to buy things, to buy toys and various things. Sometimes we forget. Again, when we remember, we need it. When we forget, we don't need it. So even when we remember things at that time, if you can't get things from your parents, if you can forget those thoughts, you won't suffer, children. So remember, thoughts can be handled in our mind. The thoughts in the mind can be handled and can be managed the way we want. So the thoughts arise in the mind are also impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The thoughts are not me, not mine, not under my control. And this mind will cognize the thoughts with the help of consciousness. And then the mind, consciousness, the thoughts, when those three things come into picture, the contact is formed. Then through that contact, you will feel. If you think good things, you will have good feelings. But if you think bad things, you will have bad feelings. If you think things that are neither good, neither bad, you will have a feeling that is neither pleasant, neither unpleasant. So mind is chief. We should always be mindful to be aware of the thoughts in the mind and to have thoughts and to maintain thoughts in a way that we won't get attached but to be detached. So the contact born in the mind are also impermanent. The feelings born through the mind contact are also impermanent. Then, once the feelings are considered as impermanent, we won't crave for things. In this way, learn the impermanence meditation properly and think the impermanence nature truly as it is and be detached to the world and live happily by practicing the impermanence meditation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Now we have come to share the good deeds that children have done from many countries. So some children have sent their good deeds from Australia, from Canada, from America, some from Saudi Arabia, some from Kuwait. So we get good deeds from all parts of the world. So now I'm going to hand over the program to a child to conduct the good deeds.
Namo Buddhaya. I am Dinu Daham and I am from Toronto, Canada. Now you are in the good deeds session. So today we'll be seeing the good deeds done by 3 kids named Inuka Upasaka, Hiru Upasaka, and Linesha Upasika. I will now read Inuka's email. Namo Buddhaya. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to Lokuswamin Vahansa. This is Inuka Tehan. I hope Oba Vahansa and all other venerable monks and nuns are doing fine. May all the venerable monks and nuns, especially our Prinvat Lokuswamin Vahansa, all the monks and nuns around the world, all our Dhamma friends, and everyone else overcome all sufferings and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Venerable Bhante, I have done a presentation, and 2 years ago we bought a book. It is called The Life of Buddha, and it is written by our most venerable Lokuswamin Vahansa. We learned so much from it, and I used some of the valuable information from it in my presentation. I hope everyone will learn something from it. Stay safe, Bhante, and especially Lokuswamin Vahansa and everyone else. Theruvan Saranai Namo Buddhaya. Now let's watch the presentation Inuka has sent us.
Namo Buddhaya. When the Bodhisattva was born, he took 7 steps. Each step formed a lotus flower. At the end of the 7th lotus flower, the little prince chanted a brilliant verse. Let's chant the verse. Aggohamasmi lokasya Jettohamasmi lokasya Settohamasmi lokasya Ayamantima jati Nati dani punabhavo. Meaning of this great verse. Supreme the world, that is me. Virtuous in the world, that is me. Senior most in the world, that is me. This is my last birth. It will never happen again. I will not be born again. Sharing of merit. I would like to share merit with Pinwath Lokuswamin Vahansa and Colombo Dhamma Friend Swamin Vahansa, all the other monks and nuns in the world, and all Dhamma friends. May they realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Theruvan Saranai.
That was a very beautiful presentation about our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, I rejoice in your merit. Now the next is Hiru Upasaka from Toronto, Canada. Hiru has said, Namo Buddhaya Bhante, I am 8 years old. This is how I spent my time today while observing Sil. Today I woke up at 5:04 a.m. and then I got ready for Sil. Then I prepared the Buddha Puja with flowers, pure water, candles, and incense. Then I helped my mom to prepare white rice and pol sambal to the Supreme Buddha. Next I offered the Buddha Puja to the Supreme Buddha and I also chanted Piri. After I ate my breakfast. After my breakfast I listened to Ambasaka's story. Then I prepared to go to the Toronto Mahamel Nava Buddhist Monastery for my Stupa Vandana. I lit the candles and offered lunch dana, flowers, pure water, incense, and a faluda drink. After that I did the Buddha Vandana, chanting period, and I did loving kindness meditation. Then I shared all my merits with all devas, brahmas, and my parents, cousins, friends, everyone, and all my passed away relatives. After I ate my lunch. After that I read The Dog with Thorn Ears from the Stories of Ghosts, and I read The Lamp Mansion from the Stories of the Heavenly Mansions. Then I prepared and offered evening Buddha Puja. Now I am getting ready to go to sleep and chant Karniyametta Sutta and do loving kindness meditation. I share all my merits with Pinvat Loku Swamin Vahansa, Jivananda Swamin Vahansa, Colombo Dhamma Friend Swamin Vahansa, and all other monks and nuns in the world. Many merits there on Saranai Hiru. He has also sent us a presentation and pictures of him at the Toronto Mahamelnava Stupa. Let's first see the presentation and then the pictures. August 1st. Dhamma class, story of Bhadra and Subhadra. Benefits of Dana. Bhadra and Subhadra's story. Bhadra and Subhadra are sisters. Bhadra is the oldest and Subhadra is the youngest. Bhadra always offers dana to monks. One day Bhadra asked Subhadra to offer dana to monks. So one day Subhadra offered dana to 8 monks. It was her first and last dana in her life. When Subhadra offered dana to 8 monks, one chief monk told Subhadra, "When you offer dana to monks, think that you offer dana to the community of Mahasangha." Then she was happy and she offered that dana with much compassion to those monks. After a couple of days, both sisters got a disease and died, but both of them went to good destinations. Bhadra went to Tavatimsa heavenly world and Subhadra went to Nimanarati heavenly world. One day, one beautiful deva came to Tavatimsa to see Bhadra. Then Bhadra said, "You are gorgeous and very beautiful." Bhadra asked her, "From which world did you come from?" Then she explained everything. Then Bhadra said, "I offered lots of dana, but you offered only one time. So how do you get this much merit?" Then Subhadra said, "When I offered dana to 8 monks, one chief monk told me to think about all the monks in the past, present, and future. It means to think about the community of Mahasangha, not the number of monks you are offering dana. That is how I got this much merit to be born in Nimanarati heaven." This is what I learned from this story. When we offer dana to monks, we have to have a pure mind with much compassion and offer it to the community of monks in the past, present, and future. Then we can collect lots of merits. The other thing I learned is that when we go to Nimanarati heaven, you have 3 benefits. 1. You can change your skin color. 2. You can change your voice. 3. You can get whatever you imagine. Benefits of dana. When we offer dana to a person or animal, how many times we can get the benefits? When we offer to an animal 100 times, to a person who doesn't practice precepts 1,000 times, to a person who practices 8 precepts 100,000 times, to a person who has a concentrated mind 1 trillion times, to a stream entrant person unlimited times. That was a very nice presentation to teach us the story of Bhadra and Subhadra and those beautiful pictures of him at the Mahamelnava Toronto Stupa. Sadhu Sadhu, we rejoice in your merits. Now let's see what good deeds 13-year-old Lanisha Upasika from UK did. I will first read the email, then show the picture she sent us. Namo Buddhaya Swamin Vahansa. Many merits for conducting this program and helping the children to learn and practice the Dhamma. As a good deed, I cut 9 inches of my hair to donate to charity, to make wigs for cancer patients. I share all my merits with Loku Swamin Vahansa, all the Swamin Vahansas and the Manyan Vahansas. May you realize the 4 noble truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Theruvan Saranam, Linesha. Now let's see the picture she has sent us. Sadhu Sadhu, we rejoice in your merit by trying to help cancer patients. So today we watch many good deeds done by children all around the world. May you also have the opportunity to send your good deeds to our new email address. These meritorious deeds will help us propagate Dhamma and teach others to do meritorious deeds too. Therefore, we rejoice in all your good deeds. The world is rejoicing too. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Theron Sarnai, Namo Buddhaya.
Nama Buddhaya. So, we watched many good deeds today, and may all of us have the opportunity to develop good deeds, cultivate good deeds, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, if you do good deeds, please write to us. Think of various other ways to promote good deeds to the whole world. So, in the last week program, we told you to video to teach how to cook something, and then you can teach other children how to do gardening, how to plant a tree, then how to put fertilizers to plants, and also how to keep the room clean. That is very important. Honestly, children, show a messy room and teach how to clean that room, and also teach how to keep a room nicely, and then how to keep your studying table nicely, and then how to keep your wardrobe nicely, how to keep a bathroom nicely, how to wash a bathroom, and how to keep the kitchen clean. So all these things you all can teach the other children, because lot of children, lot of young adults, they keep their rooms in a very messy way, very untidy, very ugly, very disorganized. So disorganize some rooms. So you can teach many good things by videos. So let us share the good deeds with other children and to teach them how to do good deeds and learn good deeds. So once again, I kindly invite you and request you to send your good deeds to our email address to share them with other children. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Children, now for us, we have to share merit. We can gain merit by sharing merit with other people. So, if you read the book Stories of Ghosts, you will realize how much uh, the beings who are born in bad worlds are waiting, are depending on merit. Not all the ghosts and demons can rejoice in merit. Very few selected demons and ghosts can rejoice in this merit. Some departed relatives are born among devas. Some departed relatives are born among animals. Some departed relatives are born among titans. Some departed relatives are born among the beings in the hell. So we don't know where our departed relatives have gone, but then we wish that they are in a good place. By any chance, if they are in a place that they can rejoice in our merit, they will be benefited. So let us share merit with all the gods, with all the devas. May all the devas rejoice in this good deed of propagating Dhamma in this Mirror of Dhamma program. And may all the devas develop in divinely happiness, and may they develop in wisdom and increase in faith in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, increase in Shraddha towards Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and may all the devas help us to overcome from this coronavirus as soon as possible, and may all the devas realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let us share merit with late Father M. Aryadasa and all the departed relatives of all of us, and all the departed relatives of Prasad Marge and Shamila Nana Karyavasam, and all the devotees of Mahamevna Melbourne West Monastery. So and all the departed relatives of Shanaya Maragi, and may all the departed relatives of all of us rejoice in this merit. They could be, if they're in a divine world, they could rejoice in this merit. If they're in a world they need merit, they will rejoice in this merit. Yet, we should remember that we have already accumulated this merit, whether others rejoice it in or not. So it's our responsibility and our good deeds, our loving kindness to share merit. So may all these departed relatives rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, have happiness, and escape from suffering as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may our teacher Lokuswamin Mahansa, most venerable, Avasarai Kiribad Guda Jnanananda Mahatera, our Pingat Lokuswamin Mahansa, and all the monks and nuns of Mahamevana Buddhist monasteries, and all the monks and nuns living in all over the world rejoice in this merit. And by the power of this merit, may all those monks and nuns be well and happy, be well and happy, be well and happy, have long life, well being, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may Prasad Maragyan, Shamila, Nanayak Karyavasam, and the devotees of Mahamevana Melbourne West Monastery, and daughter Shanaya Marage, and they're happy to share merit with all the monks and nuns of Mahamevana Buddhist Monastery and all over the world, and they are hoping to share merit with all the people affected by the coronavirus. So may everyone who's mentioned in this sharing of merit be well and happy, be well and happy, develop in confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and develop in virtue, and may they have well being, long life, and may they realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And let us share merit with all the devotees who are supporting the Mahamevanava International Buddhist Monasteries, all the foreign Asapuvas who are taken care by the lay people these days without the presence of the monks. So lay people are working so hard to take care of the monasteries and then uh, maintain the monasteries. So we bless all those people who have taken the hardships to maintain the monasteries and then keep the monasteries in a better way until the monks come back to those monasteries. So may all those upasakas and upasikas be well and happy who are tolerating a lot during this pandemic, and may they be well and happy, have happiness, and may all the donors, may everyone who support the Shraddha TV, who make monthly donations, be well and happy, and this family who made this donation to sponsor for the Mirror of Dhamma program be well and happy, and may all of us realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.